This is Level Crossing fan here, and today I am going to be doing my Q&A video. So yeah, I'll be answering a series of questions from people who have commented to be on my now removed 300 subscribers video. And yeah, so today's the day of the Q&A video, so let's get started with answering the questions. So first lot of questions are from Johnny ND's Road and Railway. The first question is, what is your favourite level crossing? My most favourite one in all of Victoria would have to be Nunn Street, Benalla, as it has the last teardrop bell and hybrid bell combo in Victoria. After Marshall Street, Ivanhoe got ebals. So yeah, it's a very nice crossing and the bells sound very nice there. And second question is, what is your favourite train line in Melbourne? My favourite train line would probably have to be the Pakenham line. It's got some very nice crossings. Unfortunately, most of them are on the removal list though. But yeah, there's still some good crossings there. But my least favourite, but yeah, not so good crossings on the line of Cardinia Road and Clyde Road. Those ones are very modern setups. And number 3, why are you interested in level crossings? Why I'm interested in level crossings is I like watching them activate and hearing the bells, whether them to be safe tran type 3s or whatever. And yeah, like it's been my interest since I was little, so like since I was a toddler. And yeah, just like film them these days for my YouTube channel. Okay, so on with the next lot of questions. Next question is from Tassie Transport, and he's asking, what is your favourite level crossing bell? So my most favourite mechanical bell, I actually have 2, and those being the Mackenzie and Holland teardrop bell and Westinghouse hybrid bells, because they have different varieties of pitches. So yeah, those 2 bells are the best mechanical bells in my opinion, and sadly they are no longer made. But yeah, it's a shame. Next lot of questions are from the Rail Ranger VMTG. First question, what is your most favourite type of teardrop bell? My most favourite would have to be the Mackenzie and Holland teardrop bell. They are definitely the best bells, and I especially like the cast iron ones, since there's only 4 of them in Victoria, so those crossings being Mosscrip Street, which is disused, at Campbell's Creek, and then Macleay Street, Castlemaine on the Victorian Goldfields Railway, Covenant Drive Emerald on Puffing Belly, and Nunn Street Benalla on Nunn Street Benalla on the North East Line. And second question is, what is your dream level crossing bell? My dream level crossing bell to get would be a teardrop bell, so a Mackenzie and Holland teardrop bell is what I'd want to get, but unfortunately they are very expensive and are like $500 at the Victorian Railway Antiques. And number 3, what is your most favourite heritage tourist railway? Puffing Belly. It's got some very nice crossings, but unfortunately we have lost so many great ones with teardrop bells because of boom gate upgrades, and like, yeah, it's sad for ones too, like the first ever crossing which got flashing lights and Puffing Belly at Beaconsfield Emeralds Road in Emerald, which got upgraded during lockdown in April this year. And I wanted to film that crossing at Bride Street this year, but unfortunately it was too late. Because of coronavirus we got put in lockdown and Puffing Belly closed. Just excuse me a sec, because I'm going to take my jumper off as I'm getting a bit sweaty. Anyway, on with the next lot of questions. Next questions are from MCK&H Australia. First question is, do you have a favourite type of level crossing light and what is it? I do indeed. A Mackenzie and Holland lights. They are the best lights ever. And yeah, there's still quite a few of them on the Metro rail network in Melbourne. But yeah, we don't have any on non-metro crossings like on V-Line or RTC lines. They're all LEDs now, apart from Old Melbourne Road at Maryvale, on the Maryvale Paper branch, which still has Westinghouse incandescent lights, surprisingly. And yeah, only non-metro crossing to have Mackenzie and Holland lights today is Hillsville Kinglake Road at Hillsville on the Yarra Valley Railway, and unfortunately that crossing will soon be getting gates, don't know when. And second question is, what would be your favourite bell combo? My favourite bell combo would definitely have to be the combo of a Westinghouse hybrid and teardrop bell. They definitely sound very nice together, and it's one of the reasons why my favourite crossing is Nunn Street, which is my favourite non-metro crossing. Next lot of questions are from Tutor Expert. First question, what's your favourite ebal and mechanical bell? My favourite ebal would definitely have to be Barker Technics ebals. They're unfortunately rare now, so there's only 5 crossings with them on the Metro Rail network in Melbourne, and unfortunately Mont Albert Road is on the removal list. And then there is 4 crossings on the Port Melbourne light rail tram line, and then on the St Kilda light rail line as well at Bridge Street, I think it is, next to where the Victorian Railway Antiques used to be, which has now moved to Seymour. And my favourite mechanical bells I mentioned before is of course the Westinghouse hybrid bells and Mackenzie & Holland teardrops. Second question is, what crossbuck is your favourite? Of course, normal crossbucks, they are the nicest. And third question is, do I like incandescent lights or LEDs? I like incandescent, they're nice. Next question's from Gaming Gunsler 1998. What is your favourite Metro Trains Melbourne EMU train? That would have to be a Comminge train, they're the nicest, and unfortunately they will be retired in a few years' time, as I heard on 9 News last year. And the next lot of questions are from Trainman 7. What's your favourite level crossing that has been removed in the last 10 years? Well, before the last 10 years, like in the last 4 years, my favourite, which would have been in the top 10 if it was still there today, would have been Burke Road, Glen Iris. That really was a nice crossing. The hybrid bell sounded great, and it also had a unique addition of pedestrian boom gates used as tram boom gates. So yeah, it was a very nice crossing, and yeah, but really had to go because it was just extremely frustrating for traffic. It got very congested, and the trains went very slowly across the tram square at 15 kilometres. Second question is, what's your favourite gate mech? I definitely like the Western Road Supply gate mechs, they're very nice. And unfortunately they are getting rarer, and we've got some crossings with them which are on the removal list, such as Cherry Street, Werribee, which is going to be removed early next year. And third question is, what's your favourite type of loco? Definitely like the steam locos, they're always nice. Next question is from Sam's Train Vlogs, and he's asking, what are some trips you are thinking of doing after lockdown? One of them would definitely be to go to Bridgewater, so I can do a video of me throwing a stone at the Westinghouse hybrid bell, the disused Lyndhurst Street crossing. So that used to have a Westinghouse teardrop bell when I visited there in April last year on our way home from Lake Charm when we'd been there for the Easter holidays. And so I'd say middle late, maybe about late last year, it got replaced for no reason with a Westinghouse hybrid bell. And yeah, and you may have seen my previous video from yesterday, which they're planning to reopen the line to reroute the Ultima to run down that line, so it doesn't get in the way of V-line trains on the Ballarat line and Maryborough line. And yeah, I'd also like to be checking out the semaphore signal next to the Loddon River Bridge. So do a video of me changing the arm there, like pulling the lever down if I'm strong enough and if it works. And also tour the rail yards in Bridgewater Station. And yeah, other trips I'm thinking to do are going to Langy Kalkal Road again, because like my last video I did in February didn't go as well because I didn't get the activation from when the crossing first activated. My Western Cullen Hayes bell didn't sound too good then. And yeah, I also will do a tour of Trawalla Station as well. And yeah, also another trip I'm wanting to do once Stage 3 restrictions ease in Melbourne and the coronavirus cases go down a lot is go film on the Hurstbridge line, film every crossing that I haven't filmed yet apart from Victoria Road, Northcote, and ones that have been recently upgraded such as Allendale Road and Wattle Tree Road, Eltham, I'm not going to film because they're not urgent. And yeah, it's sad those crossings are beginning to get trashed anyway, especially like losing the hybrid bells at Allendale Road, but like replacing the incandescent lights is safety reasons, so that makes sense. But like, yeah, Westinghouse gate mechs, if they're working perfectly fine, then it's pointless to replace them, and upsetting because then those crossings get completely ruined. Okay, moving on. Next questions are from Aidan Holton Vlogs. First question is, What state do you think has the best crossings? New South Wales, definitely. It's got some very nice crossings, and of course we've got the last ever crossing in all of Australia with Modern Industries Mechanical Bells, and that's at Burke Street, Docker Street, Wagga Wagga, and of course we've got the last... Yeah, of course there's the last Federal Signal Gate Mechs at Glenelg Parade in Coolawong on the Sydney Trains network. And there's also the last Harman Gate mechanisms in all of Australia as well, with at Henty, New South Wales on Sladen Street. And also the next question is, what is your favourite crossing in that state? So that's New South Wales. My favourite would have to be Burthong Road in Cootamundra. That's got a very nice setup. It's got a Mackenzie Holland teardrop bell and Mackenzie Holland lights, which have been retrofitted with LEDs, so it's a very nice crossing, I must say. Next question is, do you prefer Safe Trend, General Signals, Barker Technics or Western Cullen Hayes ebals? As I said before, I like Barker Technics ebals. They're the best ebal, I must say. And next question is, how many crossings have you filmed? I'm going to need to count all that. Well, you did give me a pretty tough question, I must say, Aidan, but I just calculated all the crossings I've filmed off camera, and I've got a total of 99, so that's just nearly 100. So that's a lot of crossings. So that's the ones that are currently on my channel. But anyway, moving on. Next questions are from Applehead137. First question is, what's your favourite railway line? It would have to be the North East line. It's got some very nice crossings, especially with Westinghouse hybrid bells, and of course my favourite non-metro crossing, Nunn Street. And then of course we've got some modern gated crossings like Ball Harmon Road, which has Westinghouse incandescent strobe lights, and Minton Street, Beveridge, which has currently the only high-pitched Safe Trend Type 3 in all of Australia. Next question, what's your favourite V-line type of loco? Definitely the N-Class. Unfortunately, they're going to be retired in 3 years' time. Next question, what's your favourite metro train? As I said before, it's the Comenge, which of course is going to be retired in a few years' time. Next question, what's your favourite metro station? I think Yarraville Station's nice, I reckon. I also pretty much like Kensington Station, that's nice as well, so yeah, they're both. So I'd probably say I like Kensington Station the most. It's definitely very nice. What's your favourite regional station? I like Beaufort Station because it's got a signal box which is no longer used, and it's also got a display semaphore signal, which I tried lifting the arm up when I visited there after lockdown had ended in May, but unfortunately the arm was just too stiff to move. And last question from him, what's your favourite disused station? I think disused station. So this doesn't mean disused lines. So it doesn't mean disused railway lines, but it means stations on the lines that see freight only or grain, but the stations aren't used. Nah, I'm sorry, I don't have any clue really, so I'm going to have to pass on that one, unfortunately. Anyway, moving on now. Next question's from Xtrapolis29, and he asks, what's your favourite Victorian steam loco? I like the J-class locos. They're very nice, I must say. Next question's from Willpower, new viewer to my channel. Have you ever been to Western Australia? He asks. No, I haven't. But yeah, it's got some nice crossings there, I must say, with Western Cullen Hayes mechanical bells, but they're starting to be replaced with Safe Trend Type 3s. Next question, can you do a video of all the crossing equipment you have? Yes, I'm definitely going to do that at some point, maybe this week if I get around to doing it. Okay, moving on. Next questions are from Train Chaser Jesse. First question he asked, what's your favourite mechanical bell? We've had that one 3 times now, don't need to go answer it. And what is your favourite ebal? Don't need to answer that because I've just mentioned it. My most favourite metro crossing, as a lot of you may know, it's Glenferrie Road in Kooyong because it has some very nice sounding Westinghouse hybrid bells, which is why I like it. Most favourite regional crossing, I've already said that. Most favourite heritage crossing, I like Kilverton Drive the most because it's got a really good sounding teardrop bell. Who's your favourite YouTuber? I probably would think MCK&H Australia would be, because he does some very good content. And I also like Stuart Hunt as well, so they have to be my 2 favourite YouTubers. And his last question is, what are your thoughts on my channel? Well, Jesse, you do some very good content, I must say. Keep up the good work. Next question, who's a new viewer of mine, is Cool Josh Bennett, and he asks, what's your favourite railway crossing in New South Wales? Already said that one. Train Hunter Jr.'s questions are, what's bells that you like? Don't need to answer that because I've already said it a few times. What's your favourite series of his crossing series? Maybe series 3, I reckon. Got some pretty good videos, I must say. And he also, the last question from him is, will you go to Cherry Swamp Road at Little River when lockdown is over? I will eventually want to go there, since it has Wishbone gates, and I also want to film the other Geelong line crossings which have Westinghouse gate mix at Youngs Road and Little River, and there's this one at Lara, so there's this one at McIntyre's Road, and also McSallen Avenue, which has been upgraded a lot but still has older stop and red signal signs, so that's still worth filming. And then there's St George's Road and School Road Corio, which have Westinghouse gate mix too, so yeah, definitely film them. And take my Westinghouse hybrid bell down to ring at those crossings, as well as my Western Cullen Hayes bell to ring at Cherry Swamp Road as well there. Anyway, next question is from Jack Miller, who's a new friend of mine. Are you planning to film the Creswick level crossings, he asks. I don't have any plans for them because they're not priorities for filming, since they're very modern setups, which are only like 9 years old at this stage, or 10 years old when they return V-Line passenger services to the Maryborough line between Maryborough and Ballarat. Now, my last question is from Stuart Hunt, and he asks, what would you like a level crossing bell collection to look like in 5 years' time? Like, do you want a million different bells or just a couple of special ones? What sorts are you looking to collect? Well, yeah, this year I'm getting a Westinghouse hybrid bell for this guy in Echuca, who'll drop it off to me. One of my next bells I want to get would be a Mackenzie and Holland teardrop bell, but yeah, they're expensive bells, so I'd need to save up, but who knows when I'd get one. Otherwise, if I can't get one next year, I'd like to get a Safe True mechanical bell off eBay. And also, probably in 2022, I'd like to get a Western Cullen Hayes ebal, get my first ebal. So yeah, anyway, that's all the questions done, and that's the end of the video. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye!